Hello, everybody, and welcome now to Act 4, Scene 1 of Romeo and Juliet. So, if you missed the first three acts, shame on you, but of course, the last act was the big, huge action act when everything was happening there, and when the great Shakespearean kind of comedy, as it was at that stage, turned to tragedy. Now we move on to Act 4, Scene 1 Enter the Friar and County Paris. On Thursday, sir, the time is very short. My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slow to slack his haste. You say you do not know the lady's mind. Uneven is the course. I like it not. Immoderately she sweeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talk of love, for Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counts it dangerous that she doth give her sorrow so much sway, and in his wisdom hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now, do you know the reason of this haste? Would I knew not why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes my lady towards my cell. Enter Juliet. Ah, happily met, my lady and my wife. That may be, sir, when I may be a wife. That may be, must be, love, on Thursday next. What must be shall be. That's a certain text. Come you to make confession to this father? To answer that, I should confess to you. Do not deny to him that you love me. I will confess to you that I love him. So will ye. I am sure that you love me. If I do so, it will be more price being spoke behind your back than to your face. Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears. The tears have got small victory by that, for it is bad enough before their spite. Thou wrongs it more than tears with that report. That is no slander, sir, which is a truth. And what I spake it to my face. Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it. It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to you at evening mass? My leisure serves me, daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat this time alone. Oh, God shield, I should disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early will I rouse thee. Until then, adieu, and keep this holy kiss. Now she kisses Juliet on the forehead and exits. Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me past hope, past care, past help. Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief is strains me past the compass of my wits. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to the county. Tell me not, friar, that thou hearest of this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou canst give no help, do thou but call me resolution wise, and with this knife I'll help it presently. Shows the dagger. God joined my heart and Romeo's though our hands, and ere this hand by thee to Romeo sealed shall be the label to another deed, or my true heart with treacherous revolt turn to another, this shall slay them both. Therefore, out of thy long experience time, give me some present counsel, or behold, twist my extremes, and me this bloody knife shall play the umpire arbitrating that which the commission of thy years and art could to no issue but true honour bring. Be not so long to speak, I long to die, if what thou speakest speak not of remedy. Hold, daughter. I do spy a kind of hope which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate which we would prevent. If, rather than to marry the county Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, there it is likely thou wilt undertake to a thing like death, to chide away the shame that copest with death himself, to escape from it, and if thou darest, I'll give thee remedy. Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris from off the battlements of any tower, or walk in thievish ways, or bid me lurk where serpents are, chain me with roaring bears, or hide me nightly in a charnel house, overcovered quite with dead man's rattling bones, with raky shanks and yellow chapter skulls, or bid me go into a new-made grave, and hide me with a dead moon in his tomb. Things that to hear them have told have made me tremble, and I will do it without fear or doubt to live an unsustained wife to my sweet love. Hold then, go home, be merry, give counsel to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then in bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou of, when presently through all thy veins shall pass a cold and drowsy humour, for no pulse shall keep its native progress, but surcease. No warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of supple government, shall stiff and stark and cold appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when thou, here we go. Yeah. And then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. And, as is the manner of our county, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier, be borne to burial in thy kindred's grave. Thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt awake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy nor womanish fear abate thy valour in the acting it. Oh, give me, oh, tell me not to fear, takes the vial. Hold, get you begone, and strong and prosperous. In this resolve I shall send a friar with speed to Mantua with my letters to thy lord. O Lord, give me my strength, and strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father. And the both exit. Now we come to Act 4, Scene 2, where Capulet, mother, nurse, and the serving men, 2 or 3. How many? The cast, obviously. Right, so Capulet. So many guests invite as here are writ. Sirrah, go hire me 20 cunning cooks. You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try if they can lick their fingers. How canst thou try them so? Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers. Therefore he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me. Go, be gone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What, is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence? Ay, forsooth. Well, he may chance to do some good in her, a peevish self-wit harlotry it is. Enter Juliet. I'll see where she comes from shrift with merry look. How now, my headstrong, where have you been gadding? Where I have learnt me to repent the sin of disobedience or opposition to you and your behests, and I am enjoined by holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you, henceforward I am ever ruled by you. Send for the county, go tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning. I met the youthful lord at Lawrence's cell, and gave him what becomed love I might, not stepping over the boundaries of modesty. Why, I am glad on it. That is well. Stand up. This is as should be. Let me see the county. Ay, marry, go, I say, and fetch him hither. Now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound to him. Nurse, will you go with me unto my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow? Oh, no, not till Thursday. There's time enough. Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow. Oh, we shall be short in our provisions. 'Tis now near night. Tush! I will stir about, and all things shall be well. I warrant thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet, help to deck up her ale, not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll try the housewife for this once. What ho! They are all forth. Well, I will walk myself to County Paris to prepare him up against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light, since this same wayward girl is so reclaimed. Nice short scene there. Now we've gone to Act 4, Scene 3. Enter Juliet and the nurse. Juliet. Aye, these attires are best, but gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight, for I have need of many orisons to move the heavens that smile upon my state, which, well, thou knowest, is cross and full of sin. In comes Lady Capulet. What, are you busy home? Need you my help? No, madam, we have culled such necessaries as are behoveful for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you. For I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business. Oh, good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need. Exits Lady Capulet and the nurse, who didn't say anything in that sense. Juliet. Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. Excuse me. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse! What should you do here? My dismal scene I must act alone. Come, vile! What, if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there, lays down the dagger. What if it be a poison which the friars subtly have ministers to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonoured, because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he have still been tried a holy man. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo come to redeem me? There's a fearful point. Shall I not then be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die, strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, is it not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for those many hundred years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed? Where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hours in the night spirits resort. Alack, alack, it is not like that I so early waking, what with loathsome smells and shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad. Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled Tybalt from his shroud, and in this rage with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost seeking out Romeo that did spit his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay. Romeo, Romeo, here's drink. I drink to thee. Now, Juliet drinks the vial that Friar Lawrence has given her and falls onto her bed. Act 4, Scene 4. Enter the lady of the house and the nurse. Now, this is actually quite an interesting scene. Most people, when they play this, will play it sort of really tragedy. Oh my God, oh no, Juliet's dead. Oh no, etc., etc. However, we, the audience, know that Juliet is not dead, but she's just kind of in a long sleep, even though she did fear that maybe that the friar had given her proper poison that would kill her. She realised then towards the end that no, this is just to put her into that long sleep. So basically, all of the people coming into her room think she's dead. We know that she's not, and I believe that in this scene, it should be played really, really exaggerated. Kind of make this a comedic sort of point. It's just a little bit of comic light relief during this act, which otherwise could be quite dour. And then basically what you want to do then is save all of the tragedy for the very end, when of course they do both die. So that's the way I'm going to be playing it. So this is going to be quite sort of comedic, even though I think in most productions it probably is not. It's probably very sort of, oh my God, oh, she's dead, oh, what are we going to do, etc., etc. So bear with me. See if this works. Lady Capulet, Lord, take those keys and fetch me more spices, nurse. Oh, they call for dates and quinces in the pastry. Enter old Capulet. Come, stir, stir, stir. The second cock hath crowed, the curfew bell hath rang. 'Tis 3 o'clock. Look to the baked meats, good Angelica, spare not the cost. Oh, go, you codkin, go. Get you to bed. Faith, you'll be sick tomorrow for this night's watching. No, not a whit. What? I have watched here now all night for less cause and never been sick. You have been a mouse hunt in your time, but I will watch you from such watching now. A jealous hood, a jealous hood. Now, fellow, what is there? Enter 3 or 4 with spits and logs and baskets and things for the cook, sir, but I know not what. Make haste, make haste. Exit the serving man. Sirrah, fetch drier logs, call Peter, he will show thee where they are. Another serving man. I have a head, sir. What we'll find out logs, and never trouble Peter for this matter. He exits. Mass and well said, a merry whoreson. Thou shalt be loggerhead, good father, 'tis day. Music plays. The county will be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him near. Nurse, wife, what, ho, what, nurse, I say. In comes the nurse. Go waken Juliet, go and trim her up. I'll go and chat with Paris. Hi, make haste, the bridegroom, he is already come already. Make haste, I say. Lord Capulet exits. Now the nurse. Mistress? Oh, what mistress? Juliet, fast I warrant her. Why, lamb, why, lady, fie, you slugabed, why, love, I say, madam, sweetheart, my bride. What, not a word? You take your penny's worth now, sleep for a week, for the next night, I warrant. The county Paris have set up his rest, that you shall rest but little. God forgive me. Marry and amen. Oh, how sound is she asleep? Oh, I must needs wake her. Madam! Oh, let the county take you in your bed. Oh, he'll fright you up, I faith. Will it not be? What? Dress, stand in your clothes and down again? Oh, I must needs wake you. Lady. Oh, alas, help me. Oh, my lady's dead. Oh, well a day that ever I was born. Oh, some aqua vitae. Oh, my lord. Enters mother. Oh, what noise is here? Oh, lamentable day. What's the matter? Look, oh, heavy day. Oh me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, call help. Enter Capulet. For shame, Juliet forth, her lord is come. Oh, she's dead, deceased, she's dead. Oh, alack the day. Oh, alack the day, she's dead. Let me see her. Out, alas, she's cold, her blood is settled, and her joints stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies on her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field. Oh, lamentable day! Oh, woeful time! Death, that have taken her hence to make me wail, ties up my tongue and will not let me speak. Enter the friar and the county, and musicians. Come, is the bride ready to go to church? Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day, have death lain with thy wife. This is to Paris, not to the friar. There she lives, flower as she was, deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law, death is my heir. My daughter he hath wedded, I will die, and leave him all life living, all is death's. Have I thought long to see this morning's face? And doth it give me such a sight as this? Oh, accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day! Most miserable hour that ever time saw in lasting labour of his pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death have catched it from my sight. Oh, woe! Oh, woeful day! Woeful day! Most lamentable day! Most woeful day that ever did I yet behold! Oh, day! Oh, hateful day! Never was seen so black a day as this! Oh, woeful day! Oh, woeful day! I'm just going to interrupt it here, just so maybe you know what I was talking about before. A lot of productions kind of cut a lot of this out. But if you sort of play this like this, then it's kind of a little bit more entertaining, but that's just my opinion. Back to Paris. Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spitted, slain. Most detestable death by thee beguiled, by cruel thee quite overthrown. O life, O love, not life, but love in death. Despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed, uncomfortable time, why canst thou now to murder our solemnity, O child, O child, O child, my soul and not my child, dead art thou, alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried. Peace, ho, for shame, confusion cared not. In these confusions, heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid, now heaven have all, and all the better is it for the maid. Your part in her could not keep her from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life, that most you sought was her promotion, for 'twas your heaven she should be advanced. And weep now, seeing she is advanced above the clouds as high as heaven itself. Oh, in this love you love your child so ill that you run mad, seeing that she is well. She's not well married that lives married long, but she's best married that dies married young. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair corpse, and as the custom is, and in her best array bear her to church, for though son nature bids us all lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment. All things that we ordain at festival turn from their office to black funeral. Our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast, our solemn hymns to sullen dirge change, our bridal flowers serve for a buried corpse, and all things change then to the contrary. Sir, go you in, and madam go with him. And go, Sir Paris, every one prepare to follow this fair corpse unto her grave. The heavens do lure upon you for some ill. Move them no more by crossing their high will. Exit all but the nurse and the musicians if they came in earlier. First musician. Faith! Maybe put up our pipes and be gone. Honest good fellows are put up, for well you know this is a pitiful case. Ay, by my troth, the case may be amended. In comes Peter. Musicians, oh musicians, heartsease, heartsease, and on you will have me live, play heartsease. Ray, heartsease. Oh musicians, because my heart itself plays, my heart is full of woe. Oh, play me some merry dump to comfort me. Not a dump, we, 'tis no time to play now. You will not then? No. I will then give it you soundly. Well, what will you give us? No money, on my faith, but the gleek. I will give you the minstrel. Then I give you the serving creature. Then will I lay the serving creature's dagger on your pate. I will carry no crotchet. I'll ree you, I'll fay you. Do you note me? And you rails and fires, you notice? Pray you put up your dagger and put some to your wit, then have it you with my wit. I will dry beat you with an iron wit, and put up my iron dagger, answers me like men. When griping grieves the heart doth wound, then music with her silver sound. Why silver sound? Why music with her silver sound? What say you, Simon Catling? Marry, sir, because silver have a sweet sound. Praise. What say you, who, Rebek? I say silver sound, because musicians sound for silver. Praise too. What say you, James Soundpurst? Faith, I know not what to say. I cry you mercy, you are the singer. I will say for you it is music with her silver sound, because musicians have no gold for sounding. Then music for her silver sound with speedy help doth lend redress. What a pestilent knave is this same? Hang in, Jack, wheel it in, tarry for the mourners and stay dinner. Exit. So that concludeth Act 4. You see, I probably did it a little bit different to most productions there. Whether it was better or not, I don't really know, but I think so anyway. But anyway, Join me tomorrow and hopefully sort out some of these little technical issues I'm having with this YouTube studio thing. Never get the hang of it. And join me for Act 5, the concluding act. And we shall see how this all develops. Well, I won't do any spoilers, but I think we all know, really, don't we? So join me tomorrow, 2 o'clock then. Adios. Bye.